Regulation unfolds as a critical and evolving narrative within the framework of governance, where rules, standards, and oversight mechanisms are crafted and implemented to guide and influence various sectors of society. This narrative is a dynamic interplay between the need for order, public interest, and the challenges of balancing regulatory control with individual and institutional autonomy. Picture the origins and necessity phase, where the need for regulation emerges in response to societal challenges. Whether sparked by economic disparities, environmental concerns, or public safety issues, regulations are born out of a collective recognition that certain standards and controls are essential for the well-being of communities. As the narrative advances, the regulatory framework phase takes center stage. Here, lawmakers and regulatory bodies become the architects of a structured framework that delineates rules, requirements, and enforcement mechanisms. This phase involves a delicate balance, where regulations must be robust enough to address challenges yet flexible enough to accommodate evolving circumstances. The narrative extends to the implementation and enforcement phase. Regulatory agencies become the custodians of compliance, monitoring adherence to established standards. This phase requires vigilance, investigative capabilities, and the judicious use of enforcement tools to ensure that regulations have the desired impact on behavior and outcomes. In the public participation phase, the narrative broadens to include the voices of those affected by regulations. Public engagement becomes a cornerstone, as citizens, businesses, and other stakeholders are invited to contribute to the regulatory process. This phase emphasizes transparency and accountability, recognizing that the legitimacy of regulations is bolstered by the inclusion of diverse perspectives. The narrative incorporates the adaptation and evolution phase. Recognizing the dynamic nature of societal challenges, regulations undergo continuous review and adaptation. Regulatory bodies, guided by evidence and feedback, revise standards to stay relevant, effective, and aligned with the changing needs of the communities they serve. In the global regulatory landscape phase, the narrative extends beyond national borders. Regulatory frameworks become interconnected, with nations collaborating to address transnational challenges such as climate change, financial stability, and public health. This phase highlights the importance of international cooperation in navigating complex global issues. The narrative also encounters the challenges and criticisms phase. Here, the limitations of regulation come to the forefront. Issues such as regulatory capture, unintended consequences, and bureaucratic inefficiencies prompt a critical examination of the regulatory apparatus, driving calls for reform and innovation. In the grand tapestry of regulation, the narrative is one of governance, responsibility, and the pursuit of societal well-being. It is a story that recognizes the necessity of rules in maintaining order, the delicate balance required in crafting effective regulations, and the ongoing quest to adapt and refine the regulatory landscape in the face of evolving challenges.